Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are working on conquering Uruguay. Nobody is interested in joining us, but no one seems interested in joining Uruguay either, except maybe the Dutch. I'm really hoping they don't get involved, because I would be super pleased if they just left well enough alone. They are feeling antagonistic towards us, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. We'll keep it kicking around here for a bit. Diplomatic ties with Austria. Oh, actually, that's wonderful. Paraguay is neutral. Excellent. Diplomacy with Austria is not good. They didn't much care for the slavery thing. I'm going to stop improving relations with the USA, because our relations with them are pretty good, and start improving relations with Austria, because our relations with Austria are not great. Looks like we also have relations with Russia. They're not pleased with us either. Again, the slavery thing. Hoping Austria will not get involved in this. Our other army is nearly at the front, and that's making force comparison look much better. So I'm hoping we can get away with this without a problem. Much different countries have declared neutrality. New Grenada would get involved for Amazonas. I'm not going to give away a state over a war this small, so we'll leave that for now. And everybody's neutral. Alright, perfect. So, that means we'll be able to do as we like. We got a 19% enactment chance. Come on, let's go. Okay, we got a debate. Opposition members put forth demands. More pragmatically inclined members of the Catholic Church currently oppose the passing of private schools, who offer to change their stance if they were to be offered significant political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the industrialists, however. Compromise makes for a good umbrella, but a rare roof. It is a temporary expedient, often wise in party politics, almost sure to be unwise in statesmanship. Acquiesce to their demands, the bill must pass. Industrialists get salty. We can tolerate the industrialists being a little saltier than they are. Compromise is a tool of the weak. Reduce enactment chance. Industrialists happy. Or a prime opportunity to break the bill from deadlock. One entire phase. No increase in enactment chance. Slow down enactment. Industrialists very angry. I'm going to do the first one. Just get my tasty 15% enactment chance. We got a 23% chance each of debate and advance, 34% of a success, 15% of a stall. So I'm feeling overall really confident in our ability to do this. Here's war with Uruguay. Popping off. So let's see how the battle is going. I think we are winning. They're making an aggressive maneuver, but we're making a surprise maneuver. And it looks like that is going to be a success. We're gradually pushing forward. Alright. And we've dealt a ton of damage to them, so I'm feeling pretty confident overall. Alright, they are retreating. Wonderful. Excellent. We got another battle going on here in the middle of the country. Their force is very small compared to ours. We outnumber them about 5-1, and it's only getting... the ratio is only getting better, so even though our overall strength is pretty low in total, I'm feeling very confident. We've actually already taken quite a bit of occupation over here of Uruguay. And there's all of Uruguay. Alright, perfect. So... that's pretty much the war done. We'll just click the conquer button, and then as soon as their war support is depleted, we will achieve what we desire to achieve. A donation of knowledge. Oh, this is excellent. Martín Francisco Ribeiro de Andrada has offered to spend some of their personal wealth to fund the creation of a university in Minas Gerais, although this will likely give the industrialists some influence. The Martín Francisco Ribeiro de Andrada University will be a proud bastion of learning in these times of rapid progress, where knowledge truly is power. A wonderful idea. No, we can't give them a platform. Okay, Minas Gerais is having an infrastructure issue, though, so this is going to be a little bit dicey, but I think we're still going to do it, because getting the extra innovation is going to be critical. We're very far below our needs at the moment. Desperate allies. The proposal for private schools is set in a deadlock. The intelligentsia have advocated for enlisting Aurelio Osorio's assistance in rallying the rural folk in favor of the government. There, upon the cusp of a division, everyone sees that nobody has a majority yet. One by one it dawns on them. The loose cannons, led by the most rabid dog of the bunch, have the votes they need. But who among them would be the first to climb off their ivory tower to win their favor? Make overtures to the undecided. Stronger rural folk, 20% enactment chance. Slander the opposition to oblivion. I never do this. I don't think it's worth it. Or this one, frankly. Although 30% stronger intelligentsia would be very, very good for us. On the whole, I think I might actually do it. 30% stronger intelligentsia. That's actually really, really tempting. And this is for 5 years. Oh, is it worth it? I think it's worth it. I'm going to lose a little bit of enactment chance here, but the benefits are so good. We're still overall in the positive range, so I'm maybe making a mistake here, but I think it's worth it. 30% is a huge increase. We also just got a university. Hopefully, the market access problem here is not creating too much of a problem. And yeah, we're doing very well overall. If I repealed one of these consumption taxes, I could put a road maintenance decree on Minas Gerais, and that would actually help a lot. I don't think that's the right call, though, since money is tight right now. We're currently building our port in Bahia, and that's going to provide all the infrastructure the state could possibly need, at least for the immediate term. And it looks like Rio Grande do Sul is is no longer in, I think, turmoil is what's happening there. Banana plantations in Para will also get built a lot faster. So I think we're going to queue those in to the top and just get those knocked out, because those were in production by our enemies when we took over those states. And here is the war finished. So Uruguay needs to be integrated, so let's integrate them. Santa Cruz is also halfway integrated at this point, so I'm feeling pretty confident about that. Large numbers of Platinaean people have begun migrating from our country to Mississippi and their surrounding states. Don't love that. Platinaean... Oh, there's general staff. Wonderful. Where do they mostly live? Here. Well... It's unfortunate. Oh, because of the turmoil. Because of the radical pops. Well, hopefully that'll go down. So what's in here? Oh, well, we got a set of tooling workshops almost completely built. So let's just go ahead and build them. And that's going to provide better jobs in the area overall. Let's go ahead and reset production methods as well. So those tooling workshops are going to be using what production method? Wrought iron, let's go with crude. Just for the sake of making sure they can operate. We're still pretty low on iron in the customs union overall. Well, we're not that low, but still. We're low enough that it's better not to be adding an additional iron input. So hopefully the tooling workshops will be able to hire. And they are not. What's going on over here? Coffee plantations are way over... There's just way more buildings here than the population can afford to keep laboring. But obviously, migration attraction is really low due to the turmoil. But I think the turmoil is going to be going down. Attacking enemy communities and... Just saying, oh man. This place has got some debuffs, Uruguay has, so we're just going to kind of do our best. And Paraguay is going to be next. They got 2 states. Let's see how much it's going to take to conquer both of them. 8.2 for Bajo Paraguay, which is the capital, I assume, which is the capital, and 0.8 for Mato Grosso, which we own the rest of already. So I think I'm feeling reasonably confident overall in our ability to win a war against them, and our ability to wage a war against them without pulling in anyone else who's likely to try and mess things up. They do have 10 battalions, however, but we now have the ability to field skirmish infantry, which is going to really, really help things. So at this point, we're going to upgrade all of our infantry regiments to skirmish infantry. We're going to cut any regiment that's significantly under strength, because we don't need under strength regiments. And now we have a shortage of ammunition, which we can import from France. We'll set import policy to protect domestic supply. That's going to cut the tariff cost. And hopefully, this trade route is going to be productive. I really, really hope it's going to be productive. Perfect. All right, we're gonna need 20 total ammunition here. So it's only going to increase, but we can get some from abroad. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Discord within the rural folk in advance. An influential faction within the rural folk has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of private schools. Themselves in favor of the law, they've now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. How can you all stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I say nay to such lack of ambition, and I dare say I am not alone in this. With their support, the bill shall pass, or the industrialists extending an open hand to these mavericks. I don't necessarily want to strengthen the industrialists at this time, so I'm just going to go with the first one. It's going to give me 15% enactment chance. It's going to weaken the rural folk, and it's going to strengthen the industrialists. It's not going to strengthen the industrialists, but it is going to give us more flexibility in terms of passing this thing. Right now, we are at 49. Intelligentsia are still pretty low. But, again, once we hit an election, we'll be able to put the others out. And maybe there will come a time we can bring the intelligentsia fully into control of the government. We have an absolutely pathetic number of loyalists and a pretty high number of radicals, but we're slowly working on increasing our legitimacy. I'm not sure what the best way to do that is. We're on wealth voting right now, which I think is basically the most effective for building an intelligentsia capture government, which is what we want, because we want our main boy, Pedro, being able to do what he likes. Let's bring in more ammunition from America. America will always sell, will always be willing to sell guns, guns and gun accessories. So this pretty much guarantees us a strength overage compared to Paraguay. Let's take a look at their barracks. Yeah, they're using line infantry here. And in Mato Grosso, it's the same. So I think we can definitely win a war against them. Argentine Confederation, they are cautious towards us. I am improving relations with them, and I'm going to continue to do so. Things are looking very good with our northern neighbors. So I'm going to stop improving relations with them. You see, Venezuela, we're still cordial. Let's see. Prussia, we can't improve relations with. We don't have contact with them. France is doing okay. Spain is cooperative. That's an interesting option. Let's go ahead and improve things with Russia. Relations with Spain are neutral. New Grenada is improving relations. That's wonderful. I'm very pleased to hear that. The Argentine Confederation does have a significant number of battalions. Let's take a look at their production methods. I do not want them getting involved in this war. They do have some mobile artillery. More than a few mobile artillery, actually. But they're still only on line infantry. So, maybe I can feel reasons to be confident that if they get involved, we could win a war. That being said, I still would like to have a little bit more... Oh my goodness. Things are still rough over here. Let's go ahead and get general training passed. I think that's something we're going to need. Where have I got labor? Got labor available in Bahia, and I've just got a little bit of infrastructure. So we're going to go ahead and put another government admin there. Oh gosh, that's going to take forever. So I think at this point, I want at least a small number of units of mobile artillery in our regular forces. Forgot to upgrade the conscript units. Is that wise, though? I don't know that that's wise. I don't need to be bringing in artillery in the long term. At the moment, I can go ahead and cut that trade route without causing a problem. Catholic Church is salty with me, but they just would prefer to own the schools themselves. Let's take the 4th Brazilian Army. See, these battalions are not effective. We need these to be in places where there's labor so that we can actually, so that they can actually hire. Sheesh. Construction speeds are really, really slow. I need to build up my iron infrastructure. Actually, let's do this. Let's invest directly in Atmo pump engine, mechanical tools, then railways. Because once we've got railways, we'll be able to build up infrastructure in Minas Gerais. That's where we can build up our iron sources. And once our iron sources are built up properly, we'll be able to do more with what we've got than what we currently have. Alright. I am going to take a risk by doing this war before the Argentine Confederation is properly pleased with me, especially after I immediately did a kind of a party foul taking over Uruguay. But I'm feeling peckish. I got low infamy. Let's go ahead and get started. 8.2 infamy. They're going to say no, obviously. We're going to mobilize all of our armies. We're not going to mess about with this. We're going to put them all here on the front. And in fact, I am going to add... So no one's interested in siding with us, but very few people are interested in siding against us as well. I'm going to go ahead and add the conquest of Mato Grosso. I'm not going to make it part of the primary war goal because I feel confident that they will not surrender their capital to keep Mato Grosso. So we'll just leave things where they are at the moment. Doesn't look like... Of the other countries, again, only... Oh, interesting. Only Chile is... Huh. If we end up in a... I don't think Bolivia can war with us. If we end up fighting Argentina and Chile, it'll be tough. But only Argentina can actually get there. Chile won't be able to. So I think I'm confident. I'm risking it, but I'm confident. Private schools is in drafting. That's wonderful. That's actually exactly what we need. So if we can take over Paraguay, that's a really strong base to build from. Does Paraguay have any government admins? Because I would love to not need to have so many of those. They got one in Bajo Paraguay and none in Mato Grosso. So that's okay. Things could be better there, but they could also be much, much worse. We're going to get the government admin we need. Okay, Chile has sided with Paraguay. That is unfortunate. Are they willing to come back? They're not. And everyone else has declared neutrality. So, given that they're not actually able to get over there, what did they get swayed for? It won't tell me. Okay, that's alright. That's alright. Again, they can't get over here, so unless they naval invade me, I'm feeling pretty confident overall. Let me make sure I've got a... Yes, okay, you are on convoy rating, so that's just fine. I'm going to improve relations... Oh, no, I'm not going to improve relations with Chile. We're going to be at war in a second. But I'm continuing to improve relations with the European powers. That's going to be key to our continuing to be able to build up. We've got a very good force comparison here with our higher tech infantry. I kind of desperately need artillery, but I'm not necessarily going to be building that up right now because everything is going so very slow, and I need to get other stuff to ours ready and going. So, first battle here is looking like a success. Our offense is higher than their defense, and again, that's pretty much down to us having higher tech. Market's looking pretty good. Interesting. Expensive oil in our customs union. We are doing significant damage to their army. I'm hoping we can keep up the pressure as we go along here. And come on. Alright, perfect. They are doing a panicked retreat. So that should sort out this battle pretty nicely. Perfect. Alright, that's Mato Grosso taken over. Force comparison is looking much better. We've done a lot of damage to them. And this battle is basically ending right even as it goes. They haven't started fleeing yet, but we've started to pursue. Which is... Hey, there we go. Now they're fleeing. Perfect. Alright, that should give us a good chunk of occupation. Our forces are celebrating. And we've got another battle happening in the middle of Paraguay. Perfect. There's a success. We've almost got the entire country occupied. Perfect. Alright, so once they agree to surrender, we'll be in good stead. Santa Cruz is working on getting incorporated. Uruguay is working on getting incorporated. And soon we'll have a stonk and thick Brazil, and then I'll be very, very pleased. Again, the Peru-Bolivian Confederation is halted because Peru-Bolivia is partially conquered. Hey, a law progressed to voting. Wonderful. Chile does not appear to have mobilized its armies. And it looks like they are not coming over. So I'm feeling pretty confident overall in our ability to win this war. We have raided some enemy convoys here, but other than that, nothing's really happening. So overall, feeling very good. We're basically going to need to get them completely capitulated, but that's okay. That's okay. Early wars tend to be effective in this way. I have a problem involving my closeness of borders with the European powers over here. This means that if any of them want to get involved with me, they won't have to land a naval invasion. And that puts me in a pretty tough position. So I need to keep nice with them. Netherlands is still a major, and they've still got a significant military presence, but they won't be able to walk all over me now that I've got a proper infantry production method, so I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. Government admins here are almost done, and then we'll get working on dye plantations. It's going to allow us to put out a lot more of our own clothes, which we talked about a little bit in the last episode, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Contested government's feeling even better. Oh, interesting. The intelligentsia have taken over the Liberal Party. We haven't had an election. Oh, we got an election going on right now. All right, interesting. So the election is very much in favor of the Liberal Party, which is good. That's good for us. And this should be an election event. A land of want. Aureliano de Souza e Oliveira Coutinho, leader of the landowners. Oh no. Oh, the game's crashing. I'm sorry, friends. We're going to have to go. I'll see you next time.